Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's episode is episode number 2 of Crazy Storytime Adventures. Yes, in the previous episode, which is linked down below, is about the time that we met Kim Jong-un's sister in a South Korean train station. So yes, today's episode is something completely different. Today's episode is about the time that me and some of my friends got trapped in a bar in Istanbul, Turkey. So I hope you tune in for this episode. It is pretty crazy. Also, I will add that not only did we get trapped in a bar in Istanbul, Turkey, we also got caught in a flood. So there are lots of different parts to this adventure in Istanbul. So let's take it back to 2000, I believe it was 2015. So as some of you may already know, I am from Canada, but I did spend a long period of time teaching in London, England. During that time while I was teaching, it was really easy to go traveling throughout Europe. So on a whim, myself and one of my flatmates, who is one of my longtime friends, very close friends, we decided that we would like to go to Turkey, more specifically Istanbul. We decided to also go with, at the time, her boyfriend, now her husband, so they're both just amazing. So anyway, we booked our flight, we were on our way to Istanbul, Turkey. This was around February, and yes, in Istanbul, the weather, of course it can be cold at certain times, but generally it is not too cold. But let me tell you, when we first arrived in Istanbul, Turkey, let me also preface this by saying at the time I was quite disorganized. I didn't really plan for what the weather was going to be like, so I had my Converse shoes and my spring coat, and that was pretty much it. Anyway, when we arrived, it was pouring rain. It was freezing rain, and I just had my Converse shoes. I will tell you, just picture this. We're walking around Istanbul, Turkey, looking for a hostel to stay at. There are just massive floods. I'm getting my shoes are absolutely soaked. Yeah, it was quite a scene. Actually, little funny side note, at one point, I just remember thinking, oh wow, my shoes are getting totally soaked. I need to get some plastic or something to cover my socks. So we decided to go into this grocery store, and you know those produce like plastic bags. Yep, I put those over my socks. Yes, I had plastic sticking out of my shoes. It was quite embarrassing, but also funny too. So we were walking around just looking like disasters. I remember at one point we went into a restaurant just like drenched completely. So the weather was not very great, and we definitely were not prepared, especially myself. So yes, I did get shoes eventually, but it did take me a little too long to pick up some shoes from the store, or buy some shoes from the store. So I have to first say that the people in Istanbul were absolutely just the friendliest, so kind, so welcoming. There was one point where we went into this restaurant, and I remember we were sitting on these pillows, and I think that we were looking for a certain type of Turkish pizza, which was absolutely delicious. They didn't have it at this particular restaurant. We asked them if they did have it. They said no, but right away they said, oh, don't worry, we'll go next door to the neighbor, ask them if they can make it for you, and we'll bring it over to you. We were thinking, oh wow, like you don't have to do that. I mean, especially in somewhere in the West, I don't think especially in somewhere like Canada or the UK or America, I do not think that a restaurant would go next door to give you the meal of your choice. But it was so welcome, so lovely. I just remember that night having the best time and just really enjoying getting to know some of the locals in the area. So that was close to the beginning of our trip there, and we were visiting some of the mosques. It was just absolutely beautiful, stunning, amazing. And yes, at one point we decided, let's go into a bar. I can't remember the name of the bar. I don't even know if it's still open, but we get there, and at the time there was just one couple there, and it was me and my two friends. So it was really empty. There were not many people, and we started off slowly, having some drinks, you know. It was pretty good, speaking to the bartender, speaking to the people in the bar, drink after drink after drink. Before we knew it, we were behind the bar. Yes, we were behind the bar. We were making our own drinks. Things got pretty crazy. I remember I was like, oh, I'm getting pretty tipsy. And at one point in the night, we literally were just, yes, pouring our own drinks, and the bartender vanished. And the only thing, yes, he vanished. And yeah, the doors where, you know, where you would enter the bar, it was just like, it had the, oh God, you know, the thing that comes down. It had the barrier, like as if you were closing up. It had the metal bars and everything. So we were trapped. And I'm not complaining. It was, I mean, it wasn't bad at all. We were trapped. We were playing our own music. We were making our own drinks. The confusing thing is, where the hell was the bartender? Where was he? He left. So I remember it started getting later. It was like 4 a.m., 5 a.m. Finally, around 6 a.m., he reappears. And I know some of you might be thinking, were you just too drunk to realize he was there the whole time? No. I remember, like, he was not there. We were just pouring drinks, playing our own music. Yes, around 6 a.m., he comes back and he charged us, I mean, it was like the equivalent of like 3 drinks, and God knows how many drinks we had that night, but it was hilarious. And we thought, oh wow, like, is he gonna let us go at 6 a.m.? He said, oh, I'll walk all of you home. And remember, it's me, my other girlfriend and her boyfriend. So it wasn't just, you know, him trying to hit on a bunch of girls, but yeah, we told him, don't worry, like, you definitely, I mean, we definitely took advantage of those drinks, and we just thought, okay, thank you very much. We had a great time. Don't worry about it. We're just going to get going. So that was crazy. It was crazy because there was a certain point where we thought, oh, you know, maybe we just want to leave already. Like, it's getting really late. So that is the first experience. And the second one is, yes, at one point, I don't know if you've ever heard of a Turkish bath, but oh, this was quite the scene. So me and my friend, and we decided, let's go to have a Turkish bath. And that consists of these, well, in our experience, old women in lingerie scrubbing us down, giving us, yeah, a cleaning, I guess you could say. So anyway, we get there and they said, you know, they said, oh, we'll provide you with something to wear before you go in. So I just remember thinking, what? Oh, I can't see any clothing. What are we wearing? Okay, let me tell you, this was a tiny thong, and it wasn't just like any normal thong. No, this was tiny, 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 tiny. I didn't know how to put it on. I didn't know which way was which. It was, I just remember cracking up, and me and my friend were like, what? So yes, we waddled out in this little tiny thong, went to, it was like this, it almost looked like a ceramic, like huge plaque, like the ceramic surface. And we lay down, and yes, they scrubbed us. And I was not expecting the old woman to be wearing black lingerie. So that was quite bizarre. I mean, maybe, I don't know, you could comment down below if you've ever had a Turkish bath in Turkey. Is that normal? I just remember thinking, oh my God, what is this? I do have to say, I was very clean after, but I was not expecting that. So that was our second experience there, which was sort of crazy. But yes, the main experience was getting trapped in a bar in Istanbul and having a Turkish bath by old women in lingerie. So that was the experience in Turkey, Istanbul. I do have to say that although those were different different experiences. It was, yes, not what we were expecting, but the people were absolutely lovely. Absolutely lovely. The food was delicious. It was quite the adventure. Would I go back again? 100%. I would go back to Istanbul, Turkey. So yes, this is episode number 2. If you would like to tune in for episode 3, I'll be putting that out shortly. Thank you for liking the video, subscribing, and if you'd like to share this video with anyone else, I would love that. So I'll see you next time. Bye!